Good morning, everyone. It's an absolute pleasure to be here with you all today. Thank you so much for that warm welcome. I'm excited to share some powerful insights with you that I know can truly transform your life. Over the course of my career, I've had the opportunity to work with and learn from some of the most successful people on the planet. Entrepreneurs, executives, world-class athletes, you name it. And one of the key things I've noticed, the common thread that runs through all of their stories, is the ability to overcome adversity, to bounce back from setbacks, obstacles, and challenges, and to come out the other side stronger than ever before. Now, I know that for many of you, that may seem like an impossible task. When you're in the midst of the setback, when you're facing a challenge that feels overwhelming, it can be so easy to just want to give up, to throw in the towel and say, you know what, this is just too hard. I can't do it. But I'm here to tell you today that giving up is not an option. Failure is not an option. Because the greatest successes in life, the most fulfilling achievements, they're always waiting on the other side of our biggest challenges. You see, setbacks, obstacles, and adversity, they're not just inevitable. They're absolutely essential to our growth and development as human beings. Think about it. How many of the most inspiring, life-changing success stories you've ever heard started with everything going perfectly according to plan? Not many, I'd bet. The most remarkable triumphs, the stories that really capture our imagination and inspire us to reach for new heights, they almost always begin with a struggle, with a challenge that seemed insurmountable at the time. And that's because, my friends, it's in those darkest moments, when the path forward seems the most unclear, that we have the greatest opportunity to tap into the deepest reserves of our strength, our resilience, and our determination. It's in those times of adversity that we're forced to dig deep, to push beyond our perceived limitations, and to find within ourselves the courage and the commitment to keep going, no matter what. Now, I know that's easier said than done. Believe me, I've been there myself. I've faced my fair share of setbacks and challenges over the years, times where it felt like the whole world was crashing down around me and I didn't know how I was going to pick up the pieces and keep moving forward. But you know what? Every single time I found a way. And you know why? Because I made the decision right then and there that I wasn't going to let that setback define me, that I was going to use it as fuel to propel me to even greater heights. Because that's the thing, my friends, setbacks, adversity, they're not meant to break us. They're meant to build us up, to transform us into the strongest, most resilient versions of ourselves. And when we approach them with that mindset, when we truly embrace the opportunity for growth and transformation that they present, that's when the magic happens. You know, I often think about the analogy of the phoenix rising from the ashes, that mythical creature that, when faced with adversity, with challenges that seem to consume it completely, has the power to emerge reborn, stronger and more magnificent than ever before. And I truly believe that each and every one of us has that same phoenix-like potential within us, the ability to rise up, to overcome, and to come out the other side of our darkest moment shining brighter than ever. But in order to unlock that potential, in order to truly harness the power of adversity to transform our lives, we have to be willing to do the work. We have to be willing to confront our fears, to challenge our limiting beliefs, and to push ourselves beyond our comfort zones. Because make no mistake, bouncing back from setbacks and coming out stronger is not easy. It requires courage, it requires commitment, and it requires a deep, unwavering belief in ourselves and our ability to succeed. And that, my friends, is where I want to focus the rest of our time together today. Because I truly believe that the key to bouncing back from setbacks stronger than ever is all about mastering the mindset and the strategies that will empower you to do just that. It's about developing the mental toughness, the resilience, and the unwavering determination that will carry you through even the darkest of times. So let's dive in, shall we? Let's start with the first and perhaps most important step in this process. Embracing a mindset of growth and possibility. You see, so often when we face a setback, our natural inclination is to immediately go into a defensive crouch, to start catastrophizing, to focus on all the things that could go wrong, and to convince ourselves that this challenge is just too big, too overwhelming for us to overcome. And that mindset, my friends, is the kiss of death. Because when we approach adversity with a fixed, limited mindset, we're essentially ensuring that we'll never be able to break free from it. But when we shift our mindset, When we choose to see each setback, each challenge as an opportunity for growth and transformation, that's when the real magic starts to happen. That's when we unlock our true potential and tap into the boundless reserves of strength and resilience that lie within us. Now, I know that may be easier said than done. Believe me, I get it. When you're in the middle of a crisis, when everything seems to be falling apart around you, it can be so tempting to just give in to that negative, defeatist mindset. But I'm here to tell you today that you have to fight that urge. You have to consciously, deliberately choose to adopt a growth mindset, to see each obstacle as a chance to learn, to evolve, and to emerge stronger than ever before. And the good news is that's a skill that you can develop, just like any other. It's about training your brain over time to focus on the opportunities inherent in every challenge rather than the obstacles. To ask yourself questions like, what can I learn from this experience? Or how can I use this setback to propel myself forward instead of dwelling on all the things that have gone wrong? Because here's the thing, our mindset, the way we choose to interpret and respond to the events in our lives, it's the single most powerful determinant of our success or failure. It's the lens through which we see the world, and it shapes our entire reality. So if we want to bounce back from setbacks stronger than ever, we have to be intentional about cultivating a growth mindset, one that empowers us to tackle even the biggest challenges head on. And that's not just my opinion, my friends. The research on this is clear. Studies have shown time and time again that people with a growth mindset, those who see challenges as opportunities for learning and development, are far more likely to achieve their goals and reach their full potential than those with a fixed mindset. They're more resilient, more adaptable, and more committed to their own personal growth and transformation. So how do you go about developing a growth mindset? Well, it starts with becoming aware of your own thought patterns and default ways of responding to adversity. What are the specific thoughts and beliefs that tend to run through your mind when you're faced with a setback? Are they thoughts of fear, of doubt, of I can't do this? Or are they thoughts of curiosity, of challenge, of how can I use this to become better? Once you've identified those default thought patterns, the next step is to start consciously reframing them, to catch yourself in the midst of that negative self-talk and purposefully shift your mindset to a more positive, empowering perspective. It might sound something like this. Okay, this is a big challenge, but I know I have what it takes to overcome it. I'm going to approach this with an open mind and see what I can learn. And you know what? The more you practice that kind of mental reframing, the easier it's going to become. It's like building a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. And before long, that growth mindset is going to become your default way of responding to adversity. It's going to be your go-to lens for interpreting and navigating the challenges that come your way. But adopting a growth mindset is just the first step, my friends. The next crucial element in bouncing back from setbacks stronger than ever is to cultivate an unwavering sense of self-belief and self-confidence. You see, when we're faced with a major challenge or setback, one of the first things that often gets shaken is our sense of self-worth and our belief in our own abilities. We start to doubt ourselves, to question whether we're really cut out for the task at hand, and that self-doubt can quickly become a self-fulfilling prophecy. But here's the thing, true, unshakable self-confidence isn't something that just magically appears when the going gets tough. It's something that has to be intentionally cultivated and nurtured over time. It's about consistently reinforcing the belief that you have what it takes to overcome any obstacle. And the good news is there are concrete, practical steps you can take to build that kind of rock-solid self-confidence. It starts with identifying your core strengths and talents, the unique gifts and abilities that make you who you are. So what are the things you're truly great at? What are the areas where you consistently excel? Make a list, and then make a habit of reminding yourself of those strengths on a regular basis. Another key strategy is to keep a running record of your past successes and accomplishments. When you're facing a setback, it can be so easy to forget all the times you've overcome challenges in the past. But having that tangible evidence of your resilience and your ability to triumph over adversity can be a powerful source of motivation and self-belief. And speaking of motivation, that's another critical component of building unshakable self-confidence. It's about surrounding yourself with positivity, with people and resources that consistently reinforce the belief that you can achieve your goals. Whether it's listening to inspiring podcasts, reading empowering books, or connecting with a supportive community, fill your life with messages and influences that lift you up and empower you to keep moving forward. Because here's the thing, my friends, when you truly believe in yourself, when you have that deep, unwavering conviction that you have what it takes to overcome any obstacle, that's when the real magic starts to happen. That's when you unlock your full potential and start to achieve things you never even thought possible. And that's not just my opinion. It's backed up by extensive research in the field of studies have shown time and time again that self-confident individuals are not only more likely to pursue their goals and achieve success, but they're also more resilient in the face of adversity. They're able to bounce back from setbacks more quickly and more effectively because they fundamentally believe in their ability to overcome challenges. So if you want to bounce back from setbacks stronger than ever, my friends, you have to make a commitment to cultivating that unshakable self-belief. You have to make it a priority to consistently reinforce the idea that you are capable, that you are worthy, and that you have what it takes to achieve your wildest dreams. Now, I know that's easier said than done, especially when you're in the midst of a major challenge or setback. It can be so tempting to just give in to that negative self-talk, to start doubting yourself and your abilities. But I'm here to tell you today that you can't let that happen. You have to fight back, to consciously and deliberately choose to see yourself as the powerful, resilient, and capable individual that you are. And you know what? The more you practice that, the more you consciously reinforce that positive self-image, the easier it's going to become. It's like building a muscle. The more you exercise it, the stronger it gets. And before long, that unshakable self-confidence is going to become your default way of being in the world. But of course, mindset and self-belief are just the foundation. In order to truly bounce back from setbacks stronger than ever, you also need to have a clear, well-defined plan of action. Because let's be real, no matter how positive your mindset or how confident you feel, if you don't have a solid strategy for moving forward, you're going to struggle to make real, lasting progress. And that's where the next key element comes in. Goal setting and action planning. Because the truth is, when you're faced with a major setback, it can be easy to feel overwhelmed, to not even know where to start. But by breaking things down into clear, achievable goals, and then mapping out a step-by-step action plan to reach those goals, you can start to regain a sense of control and momentum. I know goal setting can sometimes feel a bit intimidating or daunting, especially when you're already dealing with a lot of stress and uncertainty. But I promise you, it doesn't have to be. In fact, when done right, goal setting can actually be an incredibly empowering and motivating process. The key is to start small and keep things manageable. Don't try to tackle your entire life or your entire career all at once. Instead, focus on identifying the most immediate pressing challenges you're facing and set specific measurables for addressing those challenges. For example, let's say you just lost your job and you're feeling completely overwhelmed by the prospect of having to find a new one. Instead of trying to figure out your entire career path, you can start by setting a goal of sending out 10 job applications per week, or of networking with 3 new potential contacts. Small, actionable steps that you can actually take to start moving forward. And once you've identified those goals, the next step is to create a detailed action plan for how you're going to achieve them. Break each goal down into specific bite-sized tasks and then schedule time in your calendar to actually complete those tasks. That way you're not just setting goals and then hoping they'll magically happen. You're proactively taking the necessary steps to make them a reality. Now, I know that might sound like a lot of work, and believe me, it is. Goal setting and action planning requires discipline, commitment, and a willingness to really get clear on what you want and what you need to do to get there. But I promise you, my friends, the payoff is more than worth it. Because when you have a concrete plan in place, when you know exactly what steps you need to take to bounce back from a setback, it takes all the guesswork out of the equation. It allows you to focus your energy and your efforts in a strategic, intentional way, rather than just flailing around in the dark. And the best part is as you start to achieve those smaller, more manageable goals, it builds momentum and fuels your belief that you really can bounce back stronger than ever. Each small win, each step forward, it reinforces the idea that you have what it takes to overcome even the biggest challenges. But of course, goal setting, action planning are just one piece of the puzzle. In order to truly bounce back from setbacks and come out the other side better than before, you also need to be willing to do the hard work of self-reflection and personal growth. You see, when we face a major setback or challenge, it's easy to just want to rush through it, to do whatever it takes to get back to normal as quickly as possible. But the truth is, those times of adversity, those moments of crisis, they actually present us with a rare and precious opportunity for deep, transformative growth. And I'm not just talking about the kind of growth that allows us to overcome the specific challenge at hand. I'm talking about the kind of growth that changes us at the core, that expands our awareness, our understanding, and our capacity to handle whatever life throws our way. But in order to unlock that kind of transformative growth, we have to be willing to get honest with ourselves, to really take a deep, unflinching look at the thoughts, the beliefs, and the behaviors that may have contributed to the setback in the first place. Because the truth is, my friends, sometimes the biggest obstacles we face aren't external at all. They're the internal barriers and limitations that we've unconsciously erected within ourselves. Maybe it's a fear of failure that's been holding you back, or a tendency to procrastinate and avoid taking action, or a pattern of negative self-talk that's been sabotaging your efforts at every turn. Whatever it is, if you want to bounce back from setbacks stronger than ever, you have to be willing to confront those deep-seated issues and do the work to overcome them. And that's not easy, I know. It requires a level of honesty and vulnerability that many of us struggle with. But I'm telling you, the payoff is absolutely worth it. Because when you take the time to really understand yourself, to identify the root causes of your challenges, that's when you unlock the keys to lasting, sustainable change. That's when you start to shed the old limiting beliefs and behaviors that have been holding you back, and you replace them with new, empowering patterns that propel you forward. It's about becoming the best, most evolved version of yourself, not just to overcome the current setback, but to handle whatever life throws your way in the future. And you know what? The beautiful thing is, you don't have to do this work alone. In fact, I would highly encourage you to seek out support and guidance from others who have been down a similar path. Whether it's a coach, a mentor, or a supportive community, having that external perspective and accountability can be absolutely invaluable in helping you navigate the process of self-reflection and personal growth. Because at the end of the day, bouncing back from setbacks stronger than ever isn't just about having the right mindset or the right strategy. It's about becoming the kind of person who can weather any storm, who can adapt and evolve in the face of any challenge. And that kind of transformation, my friends, doesn't happen overnight. It's a lifelong journey of constant learning, growth, and self-improvement. But I promise you, it is a journey that is so worth taking. Because when you make that commitment to yourself, when you decide that you're going to do whatever it takes to become the best, most resilient version of yourself, that's when the true magic starts to happen. That's when you unlock your full potential and start to achieve things you never even thought possible. That's when you develop the courage, the determination, and the unwavering spirit to tackle any obstacle that comes your way, no matter how daunting it may seem. You see, the truth is, setbacks and adversity, they're not just inevitable. They're actually essential to our growth and development as human beings. They're the crucible in which our strength, our resilience, and our true character are forged. And when we approach them with the right mindset, the right strategies, and the unwavering commitment to become our best selves, that's when we can truly rise up, stronger and more magnificent than ever before. So my challenge to you today, my friends, is to embrace that mindset of growth and possibility, to cultivate an unshakable belief in your own abilities, and to create a clear, actionable plan for bouncing back from any setback you may face. And most importantly, to be willing to do the hard work of self-reflection and personal growth so that you can continually evolve and expand your capacity to handle whatever life throws your way. Because the truth is, the path to true, lasting success, the path to becoming the best version of yourself, it's not a straight line. It's a winding, often challenging journey that requires us to dig deep, to push past our comfort zones, and to continuously challenge ourselves to grow and improve. But I can tell you from personal experience, my friends, that the rewards of that journey are absolutely life-changing. The sense of accomplishment, the deep, abiding confidence, and the unwavering resilience that come from bouncing back from setbacks stronger than ever before. They are gifts that keep on giving day after day, year after year. So don't ever give up. Don't ever let the challenges and obstacles you face define you or limit your potential. Instead, embrace them as opportunities for transformation, for growth, and for becoming the very best version of yourself. Because I firmly believe that it is in those darkest moments, when the path forward seems the most unclear, that we have the greatest chance to unlock our true, limitless potential. Thank you all so much for being here today. I am truly honored to have had the chance to share these insights with you, and I sincerely hope that they inspire you to go out and tackle whatever challenges may come your way with unwavering determination and an unshakable belief in your own abilities. And because the future, my friends, it's ours for the taking. So let's go out there and claim it, one setback and one triumph at a time. Thank you, and God bless.